Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on a shirt for a Disney bounding outfit that I will be revealing in the next episode. So make sure you guys come on back next week as well to check out the full outfit. As for today, I am in need of a green shirt for this great Disney bounding outfit. And so I did what any good seamstress would do. I went to my stash and I found a great vintage pattern, Simplicity 1736. And this is a very simple blouse pattern, but I chose it because it is shown modeled with a circle skirt, and that's exactly what I'm looking for, is a period appropriate shirt to go with the circle skirt, which we will be working on next week. Now for this, instead of making the blouse out of a standard cotton as it would have been made originally, I'm going to go ahead and make it out of a jersey. And in doing so, I'm going to be able to avoid having to add a bunch of buttons or a zipper in the back of the shirt. So this is really going to be a very simple t-shirt, but it's going to have a slightly vintage flair to it. It's going to be fitted well, and it's going to be a fast make. So hold on to your hats. We're going to get stitching. All right, guys. So in opening up this pattern, I recognized and realized that the pattern itself is in actually pretty poor condition. It's very, very delicate. Some of the pieces like this one, unfortunately, have been ripped entirely. Now, the envelope for this pattern was pretty badly worn, and I could tell that it was very fluffy, so I'm guessing that this pattern was used by the previous owner many, many times. It also unfortunately looks like they took it and just crumpled it up a couple of different times and stuffed it into the envelope, with maybe the last time actually folding it. So as a result, I didn't feel very comfortable taking this particular pattern and ironing it out and pinning it to my material. So instead, what I have done is I've gone ahead and gotten my own paper back out, just like we've done in the past, and I've traced out the pattern. I've made sure to add all of the darts and the seam allowances in order to ensure that we get this pattern correct. So let's get back to the board, get this pinned to our material, and get moving. All right, guys, and here we are with our finished blouse, ready to start our circle skirt for next week. Now, I did not slide this one on for the reveal because I'd like it to be a full reveal next week. I hope you'll forgive me, and I really hope you guys will tune back in to check out the full reveal. But for today, this pattern was both easy and difficult. It's a size 16, which I normally am in vintage patterns, but I did miss a little bit of something. In many vintage patterns, a size 16 reflects a 34 bust, and in this particular case, it was written as a 36 bust. And as a result, we did have to nip the sides in quite a bit in order to get a nicer fit for me. However, that being said, the hip area fit pretty well, so I didn't really need to take it in there. Instead, I was able to leave the flare here at the bottom and simply bring the sides in. Now, when I did that, I brought it all the way up and I turned the corner on the sleeve as well, which effectively actually gave me a little bit more length on the sleeve, and it tucked this side in just a little bit. And I really actually am pretty happy about that, because something that is characteristic of shirts from this time period where it is all one piece of fabric is you can get a bunch of bunching up next to the side pocket here, and sometimes it can be a little unflattering if you're not a particularly busty gal, which I am not. So I was pretty happy about bringing that in and making that a little bit cleaner. And despite the bust size difference, I have been very happy with where the bust darts have fallen on this shirt, so I was happy about that. I did opt to make the neckline a little bit wider, both in the front and to make it a little bit wider in the back, giving it a pretty classic boat neck feel that is appropriate for 1950s wear as well. So even though we did change the shape of the neck, we did not change the period appropriateness of it. This shirt was originally made with a long seam in the back because it is made for buttons or a zipper to go into the back. And initially I wanted to avoid that. However, because this was sized for a 36 bust, the shirt was a little bit big and it needed a little bit more than just being nipped in on the sides. So I did opt to take that additional fabric out of the back. And I'm happy to say that it went very smoothly because the shirt was made to have a seam in the back as well. So the sleeves are relatively short, the sides are fitted through, the hips are wide, and I think it's going to work really great with my circle skirt for next week. And I'm hoping it's going to be a real slam dunk for my Disney bounding outfit. If you liked today's video, if you like vintage patterns sewing, if you like just sewing adventures, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would love to have you in my sewing room on my adventures with me. Thanks guys, and I hope to see you back next week.